I know the last thing you guys want to do is come back here and listen to me talk, but I figured we get you the information that you need to do your job. So a couple of updates. It's already been out in the media, but you know, I've suspended Kevin Stefferson and C.J. Holmes indefinitely. They will not travel or be part of our game against LSU. We'll reevaluate what their status is moving forward. Haven't made that decision. On a separate matter, Alize Mack has also been suspended for the game. Has nothing to do with all of our players are eligible academically. Has nothing to do with that. It's an internal team matter. He will not travel to the bowl game as well. Update on injuries: Brock Wright is also out for the game. He suffered a right shoulder AC injury and had surgery, successful surgery, as well as Chase Claypool as well. I know Brandon Woodbush was going to meet with the media today, but he had a migraine before practice, very severe, and he will not be able to meet with the media. So nothing nefarious on that end, just he won't be able to meet with the media today. I think those were really the most important things I wanted to get out to everybody relative to updates, relative to personnel going into the LSU game. Had an 80-play scrimmage yesterday. Probably the most that I've had since I've been here, well, in my career. We just felt like we wanted to get our players, you know, as much action with 13 days prior to the game without any, you know, real contact since late November. It was imperative that we play physical, get out there and really give our guys an opportunity to play real football. So a very good day yesterday. Today we followed it up with a typical Wednesday. So back-to-back very physical days for our guys, and we'll finish up tomorrow with our typical Thursday, and then they'll have 4 days off before they join us at the bowl site. So that's the update. If you got a couple of questions, I'll be happy to answer them. And
how much time has the team been able to spend with Matt Balis and his people since the end of the season?
Oh, quite a bit. Yeah, we've let's see, we'll lift again tomorrow. We've had since the end of the season, we had 4 in the first week, 2, 6, 8. This will be our 10th weight training session, so pretty aggressive in the weight room.
Near the end of the year, Jonathan Bonner, I think, said to the Observer that he was not planning on coming back. Have you addressed that with him?
We've talked to all of the guys that are in the process of graduating, will have already graduated or did graduate. And we're not prepared to make statements on any of those until after we finish the season. But we've met with all the fifth years. We know exactly what the plans are. All of the players that we submitted evaluations for the NFL draft, all of those have come back. I'm not going to divulge those. We'll let each one of those guys address the media. We'll have them in front of you, you know, over the next couple of opportunities, either here or down in Orlando, to ask those questions to them. But they'll get those evals today. I'm going to meet with all of them, and once I'm done here, I'm meeting with those players. So you'll get that opportunity.
Brian, how disappointed are you in Stefferson and how much work they did?
You know, I think it's like anything else. You know, we ask our players to be smart and make good choices. And you know, you're always disappointed. They're teenagers. I don't go into this business expecting our kids to be perfect. We expect our kids to make good choices, and when they don't, they got to be held accountable. So, you know, there's always going to be growing experiences, and the most important thing is to hold them accountable.
With Stefferson, obviously, his it's not his first issue.
Correct.
How much does that raise the level of disappointment or anger in terms of, obviously he has not learned his lesson in the past?
Well, again, I'm not going to get into the specifics of, what his future is going to be, but, it's clearly, a young man that has made a poor choice, and it's not his first. So, we've got to evaluate all of those things before I make a final decision on his status here within the program.
How long do you think it'll take before you would make, what are you evaluating, I guess, at this point to get to that next step, to make that final decision?
Well, it's whether he's in the football program or not. All of the players, you have to understand that, there is, whether you're in the football program or whether you've been dismissed from the university, he's not going to be dismissed from the university. So if I wasn't to have him back in the football program, we want him to maintain his eligibility and stay here at Notre Dame so he can transfer to somebody, to another program. So I don't have to make a decision tomorrow about whether he's going to play football here or not. I can make that, obviously after the game. So I'm not in a rush to do it. He's suspended indefinitely, and then I'll make, what I believe is the best decision for our football program.
I guess then what's the difference between this and I guess how you handled Max Redfield? Because that one you made pretty quickly, you said he...
The severity of the situation.
Okay.
The severity.
Brian, you mentioned, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You said Miles Boykin would get the reps.
Yes.
Playful guy. Who fills the gap for Stephenson?
Equanimous is going to move out to the X receiver position. Cam will float around. Chris Fink, C.J. Sanders will all float in and out of those positions.
Right, to clarify on Mac, he's just suspended for the bowl game, not indefinitely.
That's correct. That's correct right now. Yep.
Ryan, what kind of opportunity is there just playing another SEC team this season in an SEC recruiting process?
Well, our guys understand the difference between, playing, a non, BCS team and a ranked SEC team. They understand the caliber of play and who they're playing and the way they have to play this game. So, you can tell that in the way that they've practiced the last few days. As we get closer to the game, and obviously, tomorrow we've got another day, and then they'll have a bit of a break. You can see the sense of urgency that they're beginning the practice with.
That kind of leads to my next question. I think I asked you last week. Just after another week of practice, how would you compare just the way the guys look this week to the before Stanford?
Oh, totally different. Obviously there's a quickness to them and a crispness. The physicalness that we were looking for was quite apparent yesterday. Good?
Anything else?
Yes, quickly.
Yeah. How's Brandon adjusted to all the movement with all the receivers roles? Because that's a big chunk of guys to lose, 3 of his top, 5 receivers.
Brandon's focusing on Brandon. He's really focusing on his mechanics and being much more consistent in throwing the football. So that really, quite frankly, hasn't been much of an issue at all. He didn't practice today, but the last couple of days it's really been about him and being more consistent in his delivery. I think he's done a nice job in some of the things that we've asked him to do mechanically, and so it's really not been a thing that he's had to concern himself with as much as accuracy, delivering the ball on time, getting the ball out of his hands. So it's really about him and his focus on his work more than anything else.
Brian, what do you want to see from the guys once they get down to McRoy?
Well, we've done a lot of work here. As we addressed our guys, do you just want comfort for this 3-week preparation, or do you want achievement? If you want comfort, then let's just go hoot and holler and have fun down there and not focus on achievement. If you want achievement, then you have to be intentional. In other words, you've got to focus on your work, and when we're done with our work, enjoy the bowl game. But we've got to have good practices. We've got to continue to prepare the right way, and then enjoy what's been put in front of you. But it can't be all comfort. There's got to be some work and some intentional focus on what you need to do to be a very good team at LSU.
I just have one more question about stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of fans are disappointed because merely for the fact that it was shoplifting of clothing.
Sure.
When these guys get tons of free clothes.
Sure.
Can you put in perspective that level of, I mean, your reaction when you heard that because of the fact that these guys get tons of free clothes for, out of all things, for them to do?
If I could explain 18 to 21-year-olds and their thought process after being in it for 27 years, I would have written that book already. You know, we try to expose our kids to the foundational principles of making good decisions, and if they don't, they broke one of our commandments. You can't steal, and they did. I can tolerate a lot of things, but I can't tolerate stealing. So that's why they're suspended indefinitely, and they put themselves in jeopardy. Thanks. Yeah.
Preparing for LSU's defense and Dave Aranda looks like
Yeah.
he's very aggressive in everything that he does. How do you prepare? I mean, you try to get your scout team to simulate that, but I would imagine that's pretty difficult to do.
Well, you know, we know what we're going to get. You know, it's you know, each year from week to week, you know, you see defensive schemes and philosophies. You know, he's 3-down base package. We know what we're going to get there. We know what the coverage variations are going to look. It's just a matter of where the extra hat's going to come from. Is it going to come from a nickel and you're going to spin the safety, or you're going to leave a linebacker on the field, he's going to cheat the box? We know they're going to stop the run. Where's it coming from? You know, so in one sense, yeah, they're going to be aggressive, but it's really going to be about how do we control the extra hat, and we're going to have to make some throws on the outside. This game's going to be about making some plays on the outside to get them off us a little bit, and then finding, you know, opportunities in the running game.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.